Hey everyone. I just finished recording a video and I wanted to come on here to give you an update about my health journey. Let's do this. So, just give you an update of where I am. Today was like a not so good day, but I had to, you got to keep going sometimes. But yes, so they did stage the ovarian cancer. So, if you didn't see the last update, feel free to go ahead. But I do have just a quick recap. I have been diagnosed with stage 3 ovarian cancer that has moved from just two masses now on a mass each on each of my ovaries is also in my abdomen. So the doctor, I think the last time we talked, I had a surgery scheduled. Can I take off my glasses? No, I can't really see. Anyway, I had a surgery scheduled and we thought, oh, it'll just be a hysterectomy, whatever, and everything would be done. Easy peasy, living squeezy. But no, they found more when they stuck the camera inside. So, um, hold on. I think my daughter's coming downstairs. Let me pause. Okay, she's not. The doctor saw a lot more actually. I have a picture, but I won't show it on here. But I have pictures because I did ask her when I went to the hospital, hey, make sure you take pictures. I want to see what's going on. And she did. And I saw them about a week later. But yes, I am starting a chemical, a clinical trial this upcoming week. So I'm excited about that. And things always work out for a higher purpose. I do agree with that. Let me just go backwards. So, um, where the cancer has grown, it is affecting my digestion. So, like today was bad because yesterday, it was my cousin's birthday. So, last minute, it was planned that we should go out and celebrate her birthday. And I'm in Georgia, so we should celebrate her birthday in Midtown Atlanta. Very last minute, it was like 6 o'clock, almost 7. And they were like, let's meet at 9. And it takes me a while from where I live to get to where the place was. So, was what it was. My daughters went with me. We had a good time. My son met us there unexpectedly when he saw my location. Was like, where are you? So he was only 30 minutes or so away. So he came by and met up with us. So it was a fantastic time with family. But I had already eaten. So before the plans were made. So the way that things work with me is I can only eat smaller amounts. I can't eat vast amounts because the way that my digestion is right now, I have to take Miralax and Senokot like every 3 or so days um, to keep things moving along. And uh, yeah, so when I got to the restaurant, I was like, well, I'll try a little bit of something. It's a Persian restaurant. And I really, literally, a little bit. Two falafels that were like this big each, maybe. And spinach, like this amount of spinach. It sent me over. I started having, just going back to even Friday, Juneteenth, my best friend and her family came over along with my daughter-in-law and my granddaughters, and we all went to the pool. And I overexerted myself a bit, so I was in pain already. Because once I had the surgery, the cancer pain started. It was kind of crazy. I told my doctor, I was like, "Hey, my oncologist," I said, "Hey, why does it feel like I did an ab workout, but I don't have a six pack?" And she said, "Natasha, that's cancer." I said, "Oh, well, okay. Well, can I get a six pack?" Anyway, so I overdid it a bit in the pool, but I love the water. Anyone that knows me knows I love the water. And so I was in a bit of pain, but I wanted to go celebrate my cousin who's like my sister. And I came home from the hospital from the surgery. I called her and I said, come over. And she came over. She was an hour away. She came over, got in the bed with me, and I put my head on her shoulder. She's 3 years older than me, and she's all I've known. First cousins. We're like sisters. So anyway, um, you know, of course I'm gonna celebrate her on her day. So we had a good time, but it was turned out I was in pain when we left, and then I got home, and today it's just been, you know, not the best, not the worst, right? But not the best. So, but I feel a little better right now. And so I'm trying to ride that feeling better by getting videos out. And I thought I would let you all know what's going on. So, anyway, clinical trial starts this week. I had to do a bunch of tests. So, right before, 2 days before I had the surgery, they opened up phase two of this clinical trial. Everything, again, happens in divine order. My oncologist had the cell phone number of the oncologist that's co-heading the clinical trial. She co-created it. It happened in it's actually going on in Memorial Sloan Kettering in Manhattan, but they have it down here as well because the oncologist who was like a co-creator had moved down to Georgia, and so it's phase two. There's a few of us here and a few in New York, so I got in right again, divine order. Before I even got out of the hospital, I think it was I was in recovery, and she was texting saying I have a patient, and it all worked out, and so I had to do extra testing, extra CT scans. It revealed a bit more because the camera, so they were able to really focus on the areas. My organs, so the cancer is on basically every abdominal organ you can think of. Finally saw an appendix. It's kind of crazy looking, um, but I you can see it's everywhere on the colon, on the intestines, like everything. And so it would have been if I had chosen not to do the clinical trial and just chose to do the surgery, it would have been like 12 hours. We thought 8, but the extensiveness of the spread is 12. But my organs overall are functioning well. When I have, meaning that it's not nothing has gotten in the lymph nodes, nothing like the flesh of the organ, so to speak, is not dying. So they're very pink, and alive. So those are good things, even though there's discomfort, there's pain. But one of the things that I choose is joy. I give myself, if I'm ever feeling not well, I give myself in any area, I give myself 2 days, right, to go through it, and then we got to pull it together, right? Because love, happiness, and joy, that's the best medicine, psychologically, emotionally, which translates into physically. And so that's the way I live my life. I don't live my life in anger. Do I get angry? Hell yeah. However, I don't stay there, right? It's like I pass by it. I'll have a short visit with it, and then I keep on moving, right? And so what else do I need? I'm trying to remember it. So much has gone on since the last time we talked. But so I'm looking forward to the clinical trial. Essentially, the way that I describe it to most people is like taking chemo chemo pills, because the type of ovarian cancer that I have does not interact or react well with the typical chemotherapy infusions. It doesn't at all. So this trial, when they did phase one, it was based on after a surgery, how does this react? So now phase two is before the surgery, right? So that's really great. We're looking forward to the shrinking of everything, me getting feeling better, having more days of feeling better than feeling bad. Um, and yeah, and most days I don't feel bad. I feel a little off, of course, because my body is going through something, fighting something, being changed and shifted by something, but I don't. It doesn't make me stay laying down for hours at a time until it's the evening because I've exerted myself enough that I'm tired. But today I was on the couch. Um, I got out of the bed. I won't stay in the bed and bed rot, but I will go on the couch and couch rot. So that's what's happening now. Yesterday, my youngest daughter and I made a secondary fairy garden. I had one. If you look on my social media, you'll see some pictures of them. Amori Amin on Instagram. You'll see the pictures of it. But those are things I'm looking out my window now. It brings me joy. It makes me smile. And so, that's what I want to see when I'm working because I work from home. So when I'm working, I can look out the window. I can see the birds at the bird feeder. I can see so much life and happiness and things that I'm able to create with my hands. The soap business is going. Um, I have to get some more supplies so I can make more soap. I am almost sold out again, so I have to get that stock back up before it's completely gone. But I am so grateful, so thankful. Even in this, I look at it as cancer's not happening to me, it's happening through me, which means that there is something that I'm getting, I have to learn from this experience and I'm able to share it with others. And hopefully, that everyone else who learns about my journey, my story, that they can get something, an education from it, and also go to the doctor. You know, go to the doctor. I was going because it was time, of course, and because I was traveling. Like right now, the plan was for me to be in Kenya. I'd already paid for my tickets. I should have been in. I think as part of the what we had planned, I would have been in Mombasa and on the on the beaches of Kenya. But this starting this weekend, I was supposed to be gone for a month. I already paid for my ticket. I already paid for the Airbnb, everything. But however, things happen this way for a reason. I'll still be able to go to Kenya. I have other trips that I'm planning. I want to have a goal of visiting all seven continents, right? So I've been to three, no, four. I live in America, four. um, and so three outside of America. And so I want to, North America, that is, and I want to visit all seven. So those are things that I have planned in all five oceans. So, you know, I love to travel. I love to have new experiences. I initially wanted to be an archaeologist, so seeing new cultures firsthand, as well as looking at past civilizations. Those are the love of my life. So, anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm rambling right now, but I will update you as I move forward. Um, yeah, that's it. So I'm excited about the clinical trial, and that's the health update. Thanks. Have a